Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with a 2021 Toyota CHR. The CHR is a very small crossover. Well, you can see it's very compact. Cool design. This carries over from Scion. So back in the day when this first released, it was a Scion model. Toyota folded it in when they discontinued the Scion brand, and here you go. Few changes have happened since it was introduced. Couple of design changes. The engine is a little bit different, a few other things. In this particular year, you're looking at a 2-liter 4-cylinder and a continuously variable transmission. This is not a speed demon. It's not in a hurry to get anywhere, but it is economical. That's the point. This is a stylish car. It is not a fast car. There's a difference. So, anyway, highlights are great interior, really comfortable, surprisingly large for the size of the vehicle, and the style. It's got a slightly polarizing but very unique style, and it's eye-catching, so that's what makes it popular. Let's get into it. So to get into this as it is right here, you're looking at about $25,000. That's not a bad price at all, considering this is the higher end of this model. This is not the base model. So you're looking at a good sized infotainment with nice everything in it. You're also looking at a nice seating arrangement. Comfortable seats in this, beautiful wheels, and a few other things. Let's look at a side profile, and I'll talk about the design because that is a big part of this car, and then we'll go into some other things like, the trunk and so on. So coming at it from the side here, you can see the profile is extremely unique. It's a very fastback kind of style, very quick looking. You'll see that the rear headlights or rear taillights are really kind of sticking out, and you'll see that the front headlights have actually, in recent design changes, been minimized. They used to be much more bulbous, I would say, and it looks a lot better like this. And then you just see the lines and the work on it. So I'll walk into the picture so you get a better idea of perspective. Again, small car. So watching the lines, just look at the lines. They have the boat prow across the front, which is a common design motif on vehicles now. And you'll see this line that is kind of the edge, feels like visually the edge of the hood running along the top of the light, kind of turns into a line going that way. So this line splits here and it moves along, and then you see there's kind of a circle in the middle. See how it creates that right in the middle, kind of an oblong shape. There's a big helicopter flying around just as I'm trying to talk, because that's how we roll. So watching those lines, there's a new line that starts here and comes along here and creates the belt line there. And then you can see this runs across the top in a nice, gentle kind of a curve. And then the top mimics that, but splits off towards the end to create that spoiler back there. Down here you have a very aggressive kind of a guard piece, right, for the running board. And then you have this cut right here that's part of this circle that I pointed out before, part of that shape there. And it just kind of runs along. All of this goes to the back, which gets very busy. Back here in the back, you have the door handle way up here. You have this, these huge taillights, this big fender right here created by this giant bump right here. And then you have the spoiler, which sticks pretty far out and is in several pieces. It's not one solid piece. So there's just a lot going on in this car and in its design. So if you just look at it overall, it's a very unique design, and it's kind of good looking. I kind of like the look. But if you look at details, it seems like it's way busier than it should be. And that's been a primary complaint among some of the auto reviewers that look at this car, is it's so busy. But really, I think it all comes together for a pretty good look, especially for a car that is mostly about style. That's really the focus of this car, and that's the audience this car is aiming for. Let's go look at the back end, and then we'll look at the trunk. So here at the back of the car again, you can see what I was talking about. This is in several pieces, so you can see it's open right here. It just sticks out. It really does not create a lot of air turbulence or flow. It's not a true spoiler in that sense. This is very nicely curved so that the air will flow down. This acts as a spoiler. So you have this coming down, and then this creates the turbulence. Here you have this large, these large tail lights. You can see they stick way out. They're really kind of bulbous and large. This is probably my least favorite part of this design, but if you take it away, the overall design looks different, and I don't think it would look as good. Then you have just the busyness here, so you can see how there's all these lines. There's a line here, there's a line here, there's lines under here, there's two right here, there's just a lot of stuff happening back here. And it creates that overall look of busy fastness, right? This is a very, again, stylish car aimed for people looking to buy style. Now, when you get on the inside of it, pop this up, it's a good sized cargo area, surprisingly large. So the seats go back pretty far. You got all this space here, which is a really good amount. You have a space over there that will fit a gallon jug, so you can set it in there and not have it rolling around. You got just some nice setup in here. Now, I will say there is a spare underneath that. That's becoming an unusual trait. So this is removable, of course, and it just sits on top of these right here. You have some grocery hooks, and then you have tethers for all three seating positions for child safety if you have a tether style seat. So under here, you grab up here and close it. Let's go look. Can you see me at all? I have no idea. Let's go look at the seating. So here's me in the driver's seat. You can see I have a lot of headroom. I have about 3 inches above my head here. I am 6'3", so lots of space in here, more than expected by far. Good seating. I like the bolsters. It's just about right. It just feels really nice. This is quality cloth seating. I don't think I would do any different. I think the cloth is a good choice for this car. I like the layout. Everything is where you expect it, with a couple of exceptions. This still has the Toyota layover of the dongle cruise control down here. Other than that, it's pretty much as you would expect. Good infotainment in this. It's not particularly astute, but it is very easy to understand and responsive. Should point out there is no Apple CarPlay in this. There is Android Auto. It is not wireless. You do have to plug in for it. Plugs are down on this side right here. There's two of them. There's one that sort of faces the passenger around one side, and one that's straight ahead. That's the data port for the driver and the phone. There's a spot to put your phone in here, but I wouldn't use it. It's hard, plastic, not rubberized, and it's not wide enough for most phones. It only sticks out about yay far. And so your phone's probably going to tilt out of it. Instead, I've been putting my phone in one of the drink holders, which are a teardrop kind of a shape, which makes them bigger than they look, which is great. So nice interior. I like the multi-layered dashboard design. I'll show you a photo of that. I like the way it looks good without spending a lot of money to make it look good, right? It looks good without looking like money was spent. And that's, again, this is a low-end car. It's meant for people on a budget. So nicely designed and nicely done. Let's go look at the back seat. Here I am in the back seat. You can see this seat is, I haven't changed it, is still set for me sitting up front in the driver's seat at 6'3", and I still have some knee room. That's amazing. I also have a headroom in here, but not nearly as much, about a finger's width, so maybe half an inch. And that's because of the slope of the roof, so it's starting to get tighter right here. But it's not terrible. Like at 6'3", I'm still sitting upright in here. This is a very comfortable back seat, surprisingly so. I wouldn't try to get 3 across very often because it is a compact vehicle. And from back here you can see cool things like the headliner design above the driver and passenger seat up front, and the way the door looks. So these doors here, they have a unique look with very small windows. You can probably just see that over there. And it's kind of it's a very I don't know, it's unique. It's something you haven't seen elsewhere. There's some other cool things. There's texture on the door panels. There's a few other cool things just in terms of the way it feels and looks. Lots of space to put things like drink holders, other stuff. There are no USB plugs back here. There's also no controls for anything, so this is actually just totally blank. It could have been utilized to maybe have an extra drink holder or something, but you know, you get what you pay for, and you're not paying very much for this vehicle. So, all right, so there you have it. That is the 2021 Toyota CHR. Nice car. I think for the person that's looking for a car in this segment and like this is a great fit. It's very economical, good fuel economy. That 2-liter engine and CVT, they're not in a hurry, but they're not total slackers either, so you can get up to speed when you need to get somewhere. It feels slightly punchy around town. That's nice. Also, I like just the overall design. It's a very stylish car. That's what it's aiming for. It is not aiming for you know, the sport driving market or any of that. It is a compact vehicle. It's very economical for who it's for, and price-wise, I mean, I don't know how you argue with a pretty well-loaded vehicle at $25,000. So there you go. That's what I got. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.